We have some breaking news that we're watching on this Monday that is being suppressed by the Biden media right now, not surprisingly at all, because this is frankly devastating for President Biden. On top of more U.S. bank failures over the weekend, Friday into Saturday. On top of a brand new poll that just came out showing this weekend that the lowest approval rating for any president in 70 years. This is separate from all of that. So this drama kicked into high gear over the weekend, and we're watching it very closely. But through some proxy, this is between these two countries. And economists that I've spoken to over the weekend have said that Biden thought Putin would likely back down on this, that he was bluffing. Well, he didn't. Putin has just done something that no one on earth has dared to do. They seized $500 million from the largest U.S. bank on earth, JP Morgan. And on this Monday, we're about to see things spiraling out of control. How much more assets will be taken from U.S. banks in this back and forth right now? This is basically Putin saying what Biden did last week. That, of course, got no coverage in the mainstream press. Congress approved the I call it the Repo Ukrainian Act, the Repo Act. Most attention, of course, was on the scene as really a declaration of war directly against Russia, because the Repo Act now gives the Biden administration the right to seize hundreds of billions of dollars in sovereign Russian assets that are held by American banks, and then send them directly to Ukraine, which is the most corrupt country in Europe. This is unprecedented. And it's a clear declaration of war. And by the way, this is not me saying that they're the most corrupt government in Europe. They are. The United States State Department just released their new annual report on corruption and human rights abuses this week. No one's talking about it. We're going to talk about it later on our shows this week. But right now, the U.S. State Department is pointing out the human rights violations and the corruption that sits. So they've now put the ball in Putin's court, and he ran with it. So this weekend, he's saying enough is enough. And also we learned that Putin has just signed a brand new law allowing the use of digital financial assets in international trade. This is a huge middle finger to the Western dominance of the global payment superstructure that has been controlled by the United States since World War II. This is an upending of the Bretton Woods Agreement. Putin basically now saying you can use these digital financial assets outside of the U.S.-run SWIFT system. Look, I know this might go over a lot of people's heads right now. You see these videos of guys interviewing people in Times Square, like, can you name the vice president of the United States? And they don't even know what the heck's going on. So I know this is going to go over a lot of people's heads, but not you guys who watch this show. You guys are smart. But this is a huge deal, okay? This means that we are going around the U.S. banking system. We're going around the U.S.-controlled monetary system that's been in place since the Bretton Woods agreements, and we're saying we're done. One economist I spoke to last night said the reality of this hasn't set in for most people. Russia has basically declared war on the United States financial system, and it's basically giving cover